Michael Jordan's mid-range jumper dominated an entire era of the NBA. So why was Jordan's mid-range game so tough to guard? In this video, we'll break it down from multiple angles. Jordan's unstoppable mid-range attack. First, let's look at Jordan's mindset with the ball. Most players, when they have the ball and are getting ready to shoot, tend to subconsciously want to get as close to the basket as possible. So when they dribble, they often like to take a step forward and then begin their shot. This does get them closer to the hoop, but at the same time, it makes it easier for the defender to close out and contest. But Jordan's mid-range was different. When Jordan had the ball and was preparing to shoot, he absolutely loved to dribble laterally. In many ways, this strategy is similar to a step back. It actually moves him relatively farther from the basket. But in terms of technical execution, it's not as difficult as a step back. Defenders, on the other hand, usually focus on stopping the drive first, and then think about blocking the shot. So every time Jordan started to dribble, we can see the defender subconsciously moves toward the basket, but Jordan is actually moving sideways. This opposing movement essentially creates a triangular gap in space, allowing Jordan to get his shot off cleanly. And before Jordan even began his drive, he would often use a series of shoulder fakes. After this, Asov. Defenders would get extremely tense, afraid of misjudging his next move. So their defensive move toward the paint becomes much quicker, which makes it difficult for them to recover and contest his shot. And another very important reason is that Jordan loved to use a drifting jumper in the mid-range. This goes against the traditional pull-up jumper where you stop on a dime and then jump straight up. This kind of jump shot requires special practice because you're taking off from a 1-foot plant, usually the left. It's similar to how you'd take off for a dunk, allowing you to get higher off the ground. But it's much harder to maintain balance in the air. And for the defenders who are used to guarding the standard NBA pull-up jumper, when they suddenly faced Jordan's drifting shot, with Jordan's playoff game winner against the Cavaliers, it's been called the only one of its kind in NBA history, a true buzzer beater, a dagger to end the series. The single shot opportunity at the very end of a do-or-die game. At the time, the number 3 player on the other team was praised by the Cavs coach as the man the Bulls always needed to watch out for, the new leader of the Cavaliers. To one-up Jordan, they even intentionally gave him a salary higher than Jordan's at the time. He had just made a layup to make the score 100-99, putting them up by 1 point over the Bulls, with only 3 seconds left on the clock. And that number 3 player clearly thought he had won the game. So after scoring, he knelt on the floor to celebrate. And after being helped up by his teammates, he even put on a dramatic show of exhaustion. The fans in the arena were going wild, certain that number 3 was the hero of the story, and that he was about to surpass Jordan. So Jordan had only one chance to shoot. Make it and they advance. Miss it and they pack their bags and go home. And what do we see? Jordan, just like that, takes off from near the free throw line. The defender closes out extremely fast. He jumps up and flies towards Jordan's original takeoff spot. But on this shot, Jordan, after drifting a certain distance in the air, hangs there for a moment. That's the beauty of the drifting jumper. You can actively choose the exact moment you want to hang and release the shot, but the defender can never predict it in advance. So as we can see, the number 3 defender has a lot of forward momentum. And after jumping, he gets a quick hand up, and then quickly flies past and out of the play. And in a very dramatic turn of events, after number 3 failed to stop Jordan this time, he looks completely defeated. He once again theatrically turned and fell to his knees on the court, becoming the perfect backdrop for the moment. It was a stark contrast to his own celebration after he thought he hit the game winner. That's it for this video.